Live from the part of YouTube that just doesn't give a fuck anymore, it is the Zankoku Tenshi Show, the show that is not afraid to spit in the wind. Oh god, oh it's in my eye, oh shit, oh man, my eye. Oh, and here's your host, a man who at least has one good eye, Zankoku Tenshi. Hello, everybody on the internet and throughout the universe and all species and life forms on the planet. It is the Zankoku Tenshi Show, the show starring me, Zankoku Tenshi, and there we go. Try to get myself a little bit more centered in there. Anyways, oh man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the piss poor internet. Welcome to the choppy frame rate. And hello, once again, I've got my trusty tablet full of wonderful topics of discussion, plus whatever anybody speaking on the wonderful chat, asking questions, and we'll have ourselves a conversation. And I don't know, I guess let's just start up. And once again, the first topic is about YouTube, bullshit YouTube, again. It's like every single time we have to talk about shit, it's always about YouTube and it's garbage. So, anyways, last week we talked about the horror community complaining about the new advertiser-friendly rules. And I've kind of had a conversation with some channels saying that, you know, actually it's not just targeting you, but it seems like the communities tend to just think it's like a specific attack against them. I don't know why. I think it maybe gives them more, I guess you would say, righteous indignation, because it's like, look, they're just singling us out. And nope, because apparently the gaming community is completely freaking out. There's a bunch of gameplay channels that are thinking about moving permanently to Twitch, doing all kinds of stuff with Patreon, and it's the same exact type of things. The YouTube bot, I think someone actually talked to someone at YouTube, and they found out that this YouTube demonetization bot, this bot that's supposed to look at your stuff and go, hey, I don't know if this is suitable for all channels, or I'm sorry, all advertisers. Well, apparently it's set up so much that its standard is this appropriate for a 5-year-old child? Yeah, that's the standard for advertiser friendliness. Because we all know that when we watch that Heineken commercial right before our favorite video, we're like, you know what? This is definitely appropriate for a 5-year-old child, right? You know, when we see the advertisement for Happy Death Day or Stephen King's It, yes, 5-year-old child is the target demographic for this. So thank God we've got that YouTube bot making sure that all videos that are not suitable for 5-year-olds are totally not getting ads shown, or not getting a lot of ads shown, or just getting 1 or 2 ads shown. And that's the ridiculous thing. And it's not just hitting, you know, one specific part of YouTube. It's hitting all of YouTube and all of the YouTubers. And you know, it's sad. It's crappy. I understand there are people who are doing this as a job, and it's ridiculous and it's tough, but there is a part of me that goes, hey, look, I've never done full-time YouTube. I've never tried it because I never thought I would be, you know, able to do full-time YouTube. And this sort of situation kind of proves my point. When you're doing something like this, you are a prisoner in some certain terms of the site. Because think about it. All you're really doing is creating content. Now, don't get me wrong. As a content creator, I know that creating content takes up a lot of time, takes up resources. I mean, like, I've had to upgrade my computer. I've had to, get my $2 stupid webcam. I upgraded my internet, even though it still sucks, but it's better than what it was. But I mean, I've gone through a couple cameras, things like that. So there's the cost for the equipment, there's the cost and time for creating the videos, editing the videos, uploading the videos, putting in descriptions, tags, all kinds of stuff. Actual time involved with making the actual video. Sometimes it involves scripting, things like that. It's involved. And when I do my 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, by the way, October is coming by quick, man. Holy crap. Anyways, that is like one video a day for 31 straight days, and I'm doing this while working full time, and it is draining, exhausting, and it is just wildly intense working for that whole month, and probably why I don't seem to do anything afterwards until like January, but for not lack of trying anyways. But so I completely get that there's a lot of work involved, but you're not doing any of the, you're not doing any of the web hosting, you don't have the servers, you don't have the site, you're not creating the push to audience program and things like that. It'd be like a completely different story if you were controlling your own site with your own content and stuff like that. But in this situation, YouTube is doing a lot of it. They're doing your distribution, they're doing your broadcasting, they're kind of doing your advertisements by putting you on their platform and having you in like suggested videos and things like that. So, and they're doing all the maintenance of the servers and and everything else. So you're very dependent on the platform, and when the platform decides to do something, you're going to have to either evolve or stop or move to a different platform that can do the things that you need it to do. So there is that part of me that kind of goes like, oh, okay, well, you have to have thought about this, like what happens if something changes. And it seems like a lot of YouTubers out there have not planned for if something changed. They basically went, hey, things are going good, I'm making money, this is great, this is fun, and they never really had this plan, this backup plan. I mean, there are a lot of people who have, and they've got like the Patreons, they've got sponsorships, they've got their own website where they can do things, and that's fine. But there are a lot that have just been caught off guard because they just thought, hey, everything's just going to stay the same. Everything's going to stay the way it is. And that is some bad business practices there, because you have to be prepared for bad things. And in a way, that was like my whole idea. Eventually I thought maybe I would go turn on monetization and try to at least move a little bit more professionally. But I was going to be waiting until I got to a point where I had 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers and can average 2,000, 10,000 views per video, and that's just never going to happen. It's never going to happen to me. Like just this recently, and I didn't make a big deal about it, but I mean, I guess I should, because you're always supposed to celebrate success in any shape and form, because it's supposed to be positive and helps motivate you. But I just recently, a couple weeks ago or whatever, passed 15,000 views, 15,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Thanks everyone who's done that, who's taken the time to hit that little button. I know most of you did it for one video or another and then just kind of forgot about my channel completely. But no, it's really cool to get up there at least, and maybe eventually create something here. But so I feel bad for the people losing some money and losing some revenue, but I also think some of the ones who kind of did it without thinking that hey, the graving train is just going to keep on going, is just that part of me that goes, you should have, you put too much, you have very little control of what's going on with your channel, and to make that your job and have very little control over what you can do and how you can do things, and how, you know, if something goes sideways, you don't have anything that backed up or whatever. That's just that's kind of on you. That's kind of on you. But yes, I still think that it's a bad situation. Like, for instance, YouTube gets billions and billions of views, and I think most advertisers look at that and go, we need those eyes on our product. And to say that, you know, like, some of them just did like just did this whole thing about the whole advertiser boycott of YouTube, was just all about, you know, surface, you know, I don't want to use the word virtue signaling, but this whole little thing, like, we're so afraid that, oh, someone's going to be offended and tie your brand to something, and then they're going to, like, be all like, well, look at it, look, we're pulling out of YouTube until they can clean up their stuff, because they think that the mainstream media who are basically running these stories, because it's not really like the new media, it's the old standards, like the Washington Journal and, you know, ABC, NBC. They're the ones who want to see YouTube taken down a bunch of notches, or even become irrelevant, because people, this place is kicking their asses. It's kicking their asses. They've got people who report on the news. They got people who comment on the news. People who do news stories on YouTube get 5, 6, maybe even 100 times more views than these established journalist sites. And so they have been pushing this. They basically, you know, almost started the whole thing by saying, hey, look, oh my gosh, this guy who's a huge YouTuber was making Nazi jokes, and then, oh, look, all these extremist videos and all these terrorist videos and Nazi videos are getting ads, and they basically cause the advertisers to panic, because they don't want to be, you know, they don't want the whole boycott and stuff like that, and they don't want their name associated with certain things, and I can understand that, but it's it's always such an overreaction, because then YouTube, like, starts, and YouTube, this is a little hard, because I look at some things online, and there's all this talk about, does YouTube actually make money? Does it actually make money? Because it costs a lot of money to run the dang website. And they are just, and there's all this speculation of, is like YouTube actually like a drain on Google or an Alphabet Corp or whatever. And so to lose a bunch of advertisers and what says like hundreds of millions of dollars in ad revenue because of that boycott, and if YouTube is already thin margin or losing money, then that's a big problem. And so what do? They freak out, and of course they start off with a high bar. But the problem is there going to be a situation where, yes, you kind of figure out the advertising thing, but let's say now only 30% of your videos on your site are advertiser friendly or get full ads. I mean, are you going to be losing revenue because of that situation? Because I think we want a situation where every video, I mean, regardless, can have ads served on it. It's just, you know, finding a way to get the right ads on the right videos, and finding a way to get the right, you know, having people realize that just because X ad is on this video doesn't necessarily mean that this advertiser actually expresses the same views. In other words, you know, maybe sometimes advertisers should say, like, the preceding ad does not share the views of the video it is showing before, or something like that. I don't know. It's complicated, it's weird, and I feel bad for a lot of people, and I kind of see how on YouTube's side they're in a kind of a pickle. But the problem is that, and it's just like with copyright and DMCA takedowns, it's always seemed to be like a shoot first, ask questions later type of situation. Because it seems like it's like, okay, well, let's just like cross the board ban everything. and then slowly like go, okay, maybe this one and this one and this one. And I know that there is also maybe a little more sinister thing on YouTube side when it comes to the actual platform, because yeah, they want to push the YouTube TV and YouTube Red, and so they can say we can review your videos, but you have to have like 1,000 views per week on these videos before we'll review them. And I understand that if they're manually reviewing, that means there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of videos that need to be reviewed then, and there's not a lot of people to do that, I guess. So it makes sense in that way, but it also makes sense in a way if they really want to discourage small-time YouTubers from trying to make this into their job, try to make this into a money-making platform for them. And I think YouTube is embarrassed by some of the content that's on here. I think YouTube is kind of embarrassed about some of the channels and some of the content that is out there, and it definitely wants to kind of grab that market, that Netflix market, that Amazon Prime market, that Sling TV market, and be the choice for online digital entertainment. And that is like, I want to watch a network show, I want to watch it on YouTube. I want to watch a movie, I want to watch it on YouTube. I want to watch my favorite online personality, I want to watch it on YouTube. And I think that's what they want to do. But the thing is, they to attract the advertisers and to attract those connections to make things, because they have to have agreements with the broadcasters to have the stuff on here. They have to look like a professional platform. And when you have people, setting themselves on fire or going down and doing wheelies without a helmet on a street, it's hey, what's up, Jim the Thug? Hey. Oh man. But yeah, it's just or you got the asshole who's all like, oh, dab on the haters, whatever. I think that embarrasses them, and I think that these big companies that want to do business see that and go like, look, I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be associated with that. And so in a way, I think it's also sort of a part of a strategy to try to get the amateurs off the platform, basically. Or they'll have the amateur section. And yeah, I mean, it is fucked up, but yeah, so like, and that's what the whole thing when they talked about certain videos being in a place where you can't comment on them and they won't be part of like regular feeds and stuff like that. It's almost like YouTube just wants to create that sort of zone. And you'll have the premium YouTube TV and YouTube Red, and then there's the the amateur YouTube that whatever, it doesn't get monetized because we're making the money with YouTube Red and we're making the money with YouTube TV and subscription services and stuff like that. And that will be the site that you would go to find stupid cat videos. And if you had like a family function that you recorded, then you can give the address to your friends and they can watch it on YouTube. But we're not going to have like the gaming channels anymore. We're going to have like the big mega channels, and we're going to have the subscription channels, and we're going to have network TV. And that's just there. So hey, what's up, Pain? See that? The big grinning things. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that thing again because the whole idea about everything has to be suitable for a 5-year-old. I mean, there is a children's version of YouTube out there. So, but the thing is like, and once again, there are advertisers out there and ads out there for things that are not suitable for 5-year-olds. I mean, I did a video about an advertisement that helped you shit properly, and it was a stuffed unicorn animal that shitted rainbow ice cream. And that was the video. It shits rainbow ice cream, and they were feeding it to people and using toilet paper to wipe off their faces. That was an advertisement. That was going in front of videos that might not be advertiser friendly. And the thing is like, but the creators, the content creators of the channels, They better be suitable for 5-year-olds so they can get those beer ads, so they can get those violent horror movie ads, whatever. It's ridiculous. And I bet you, when you go on to like the Vimeo channels, they have no problem with monetization. We need more fucked up episodes. Pain, I would give you more fucked up episodes, but no one wants to watch them. My last episode of That's Fucked Up has like 90 views, so no one cared about it, I guess. I don't know. Plus YouTube hates all that. No, I have one that's planned. I just gotta get through the editing, unfortunately. But yeah, holy rainbow shit indeed. But yes, no, I do have videos planned. It's just getting the time to get everything together and editing, especially with my new editing software. God, some software developer just basically take Windows Movie Maker and just remake it into whatever. I mean, Microsoft is abandoning it, or has already abandoned it. So just make one. And then it'll be easy, because it's so easy to just use that, because I've been using that for X how many years, and I'm so used to how to do that, and it's so streamlined. The only reason I can't use it is because I had to get a new computer, because my old computer was dying, and my new computer in Windows 10, they're no longer supporting Windows Movie Maker. So now I've got to use this. I've been using this new program. It's fine for certain things. It's not great for other things, and you know, my last episode of That's Fucked Up, I had basically 3 videos that I got to chop up and spread around, which was difficult, but able to do that. But to do an episode like about an anime series for That's Fucked Up, I'm talking about, like, I'm going to need to chop apart like 7, 8, maybe even 10 videos and stitch them all together using that program, and it's very very annoying to do so. But Jim the Thug asks, would I rather have sex with a hot girl with a maggot body or a woman that has a body of a spiral? Like, I don't know if I would consider a girl with a maggot body to be hot. Honestly, like, or are you saying she has a beautiful head, but the rest of her body was like a maggot larva? If that was the case, only oral, only oral. Anyways, and I would not be reciprocating. I would not be reciprocating. I will be a selfish lover. No, I'd like all. If everything has to be done, it'd be Spiral Girl. I mean, I don't know how it'd get, you know, depending on how she's spiraled. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if she's, I don't know. That's a weird question there, but if I could only be, her face is hot, yeah. But like I said, but still, it doesn't really matter. If there's a gun to my head and I'm forced to have sex with one of them, and I can't just have one of them do oral on me and I don't have to do anything else, then it's Spiral Girl. Yeah, I mean, it just have to, because I'm not having sex with no maggot. I'm not. That's like bestiality. Not beast, because insects. I don't even know what the word for that would be. I mean, would it be considered bestiality, or is that morally just animals and stuff like that? Make the fucked up series like use show as bad as Boku no Pico, Kiss Exis, Nisei Monogatari. Like, so like, here's the thing, is like, I don't want to watch Boku no Pico. That's probably like the #1 thing, like, about me not doing a video on Boku no Pico, is that I just don't want to watch it. I don't want to subject myself to it. I know that there was a discussion a couple weeks ago. Well, I made an episode about Pupa. I mean, if they made a sequel of Pupa, I will definitely go out and watch it, and definitely make another episode of That's Fucked Up. I mean, I wanted to kind of make an episode about the manga for Akisora, because what some of the stuff that happens in Akisora is in the manga is just ridiculous. I just don't know how it works on video, because I definitely can't really. I'd have to really do a lot of censorship on those manga sheets and stuff like that. And I just don't know how well that would go over, because people seem to like motion and action and stuff like that. But yeah, there was some screwed up stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've just got to sit down and get some stuff squared away. But I'm definitely still in the planning stages. I mean, I do have Freezing Vibration is a video that I've been working on for like a year and a half or so, which is basically the second season of Freezing. I did a review of the first season. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do that, like a regular review, or do I want to put in That's Fucked Up. But yeah, I mean, I understand people wanting things, and I'm trying to, you know, do what I can with the time that I have to get everything done. And I know some people say, well, why stream? You could be using this time to make more videos. And the thing is, like, no, if I wasn't doing this, I'd actually be playing a video game right now. I'd be totally honest with you. This is still hobby, free time stuff for me. It is definitely not arisen to sort of a job status. And you know, I do need to like rewind, or not rewind. I need to unwind and sit back and de-stress, especially from my regular job. And part of that is doing something like this, because I love talking to you guys. I mean, silly, insane questions like, would you rather have sex with a hot girl with a maggot body or a woman that's got the body of a spiral? I mean, like, where else are you going to have that conversation? By the way, Pain, what would you do? Would you rather have sex with a hot girl maggot body, or a woman that has a body of a spiral? Because I'm just curious what the people in the audience think about that question. What are their responses? And while I'm waiting for those responses, I think it's time to go to the next question, because I'm kind of done with the YouTube ad thing for this week. I'm sure something else will happen in the meantime, and I'll have to talk about that next week. But so, as I wait patiently, I might not ever get a response. But anyway, so the next topic is, I would stay a virgin. Well, I don't think it was. I don't know. I think maybe the question would be, do they have a gun stuck to your head and you had to do it, or you get your head blown off? I mean, I guess you could choose death. To me, doing a spiral check is not necessarily, you know, life ending. So I don't think it would be worth taking a bullet in my head. But, you know, anyways. But hey, you know, if it is a choice to abstain from either, then, you know, I probably would have gone your route. But I'm thinking this is more of a, like, you have no choice besides the two. It's like one or the other, or we're going to put your body through a meat grinder. Yes, gun to head. So, yeah. Well, what would you do, Jim? Which one would you choose? I'm just wondering. I'll kill both of them. That's not very fair. I mean, like, look, I mean, unless, you know, it was a mercy kill, like the maggot body person is like, I am a horrible chimera and I live in pain all my life, and the person who's like spiral body is like, I'm in pain all also, then yeah, I guess killing both of them would be, I guess, sort of justifiable. But if it was just, I'm killing them so I don't have to have sex with them, I mean, Spiral Girl. See, yeah, I think that's the smart choice for everybody. Besides, unless you have that sort of fetish where you want to have sex with a bug, then I guess you'd go with Maggot Girl. I mean, I think like there's someone on the internet who reads that and goes, "That's my fetish. That's my dream." Self-defense killing. But okay, wait. Like, I was just like pain. Are they? No, I don't think the two girls are trying to kill you though. I think it's some third party is trying to kill you. Now, I guess if you turn around and you kill the third party, that's fine. But I don't know if you kill the two chicks. That just seems a bit extreme and wrong. And I don't know if that is considered self-defense. And you can't kill them. They're bigger than you. Oh God, that is a nightmare right there. Gigantic maggot chick. And gigantic spiral girl. Maybe I would take this shot in the back of the head. I don't know. I don't know. Now it sounds bad. I know. Anyways, but I'm gonna move on. I've seen a few videos on this and some discussion, and I thought, what the hell, is this even a thing? But apparently this is a thing. So the next topic is, are anime characters white? So I mean, for instance, look at this character right here. In my background. And for a short second, let's look at the Start Girl for a second. Okay, so you look at her. And let's go to the ending here real quick. Sorry, I'm messing with like all the audio things. Okay, you look at her, right? And now let's go back to me and look at her again. So you look at those kind of anime or inspired characters. Well. Well, there's an answer. It'll fuck both of them. Hey, there you go. But looking at them, I mean, okay, like they definitely have light complexion, and I can see why people might say that they're white. But I think it's always in the context of how you're viewing it. For instance, like Japanese people think they're Japanese because they're watching them. They're in Japan. They're speaking Japanese. It's usually taking place in Japan, and Japanese people are kind of fair skinned. I mean, there's, you go southern Japan, you go, then you get some more darker people, but northern Japan, there are a fair number of fair skinned people in Japan and in Asia in general. So, I mean, I could see why white people watching them, it's dubbed. Depending on the dub and stuff, they might change the location outside of Japan. I know that like some earlier years in anime, they changed locations to places like in America or wherever. They kind of localize things, and you sort of project yourself onto the characters too, and so you relate to them in ways. So you think of them as kind of like yourself, and so I could see why there's some people who thought, there's just a lot of white people in Japanese animation, and plus you get the thing about like having the bigger, rounder eyes, and do you like bigger boobs with small girls or big girls with small boobs? I guess I'd go with the first one. I mean, if you're talking about a big girl like maybe a little bit overweight, and by a little bit I mean a lot of overweight, I would go with the bigger boobs on the smaller girl, I guess, in a way. I mean, it really depends. Like, the thing is, like, I like them titties, okay? I like them in all shapes and sizes. the things that I really don't like is if they're just like gigantically, massively, inhumanly gigantic. Like they would like get in the way of everything, or they just look like a pain or a hassle. Like sometimes you'll see some animes that have just ridiculous like freaking double Y cups or something, and it's just like you'd have to have a wheelbarrow to carry them along with you every day, and that's ridiculous and that's grotesque, and that gets that little part of like inhuman looking, and so I don't know. I mean, so you can get way too big, and of course if there's nothing there, then what fun is that? I mean. What fun is that? I mean, I want something. I mean, usually it has to be nicely proportioned to the aspect of the rest of the body. In my opinion, those will what really look nice. So yeah, sometimes if you're too small and you got too big of a rack, the proportions are off, and it can kind of be not as appealing. So, but I guess I'd go with the first one because the second one seems very odd. But I just thought, like, going back to the white or anime people white, and I think this sort of kind of goes to this question. Would you kill 10 kids to live or kill yourselves to save those kids? It depends on context. If, for instance, for me to live, I have to kill these 10 kids because these 10 kids are going to destroy the world, then fuck you kids, you're dead. Or, if these 10 kids are trying to kill me and the only way I can stop being killed is because those 10 kids are, to kill those 10 kids, then guess what? Fuck you kids, you're dead. Okay? But if it was like a situation where, all right, we'll let you live if you kill these 10 kids, but if you don't kill these 10 kids, we're killing you, then I guess I'm dying. So context does matter in a lot of these questions, and it's got to be, yeah, it's you got to have like the proper context, because like for instance, if I had to do something to save 10 kids, I saw them in peril and they're like, and it would put me in danger, I would probably try to save the kids and risk the danger. But yeah, like context matters completely in that situation. I mean, I'm not entirely heartless and entirely selfish, but I'm also not entirely magnanimous either. So, but like I said, going back to the anime thing, is like I think it's all about all this sort of ideas of whitewashing again, because I think there are people who look at people and say like, oh, people in anime are white, or they go like, oh, look at you, you're racist, you're totally like taking the culture and appropriating it to white people and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think that's the same thing. I just think it's because the characters, I think, are overwhelmingly stylized in a way that they don't necessarily fit like the Japanese aesthetic, but don't necessarily fit the regular European aesthetic either. I think they're sort of broad, and you need the context of the show to help you come to that thing, because they're like, I watch a show and I realize that they're in Japan, so I'm going to say that they're Japanese, even though to me they don't really look very Japanese to me. They may speak Japanese, but the blonde-haired girl who's like 6 feet tall is just never going to be Japanese in my mind in any natural form, because there are very few 6 foot tall blonde Japanese girls out there. But that's just my opinion. But once again, I think it's just a discussion that seems to have only come up because I think we're now being so very sensitive to cultural appropriation and this idea of whitewashing, characters of ethnicity out of situations and media, which is ridiculous. It's not that prevalent, and it's not that big of a deal, really, because it's fiction. It's amorphous. It's a thing. You put your own mindset and your own life into that situation, and you make of it what you will. And I think that's always been the intent for people who make entertainment, who make media, is that they want it to be relatable, and they want you to kind of put your own thing going in there, your own feelings, your own experiences and perspectives in on the characters. That's probably why, like, a lot of times the main characters in a lot of these shows are like that blank slate. They're that white shirt wearing, doesn't have any like really distinguishing character traits, just kind of a blank canvas that you can put yourself into, and you can live vicariously through that character. Anyway, so Grant Matsuda, hey, what's up? Going back to Payne's question, you're in a situation that you and 10 kids are captured. They only let one side live. Well, then they'll kill me. Fine. I'll let them kill me for those kids. I mean, I've lived a life. I've lived a life. So, I definitely die in that situation. It'd suck, but, like I said, I'm not completely selfish bastard. Would you let yourself killed or let the kids die by head chopped off? No. I would let myself die. I completely chose death in the situation that you put. 10 kids are captured and myself, and they gave me a choice. Well, let these 10 kids go if you get killed, and I'll be like, yes, let them go, kill me. That's what I do. I do that. Now, if they waited a month and I found out all these kids were just gigantic assholes, I might think about it. Sometimes, you get these kids and they're just like, oh, I fear for the future of the world. But, anyways, I would definitely not want the kids to have their heads chopped off. That's just, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Decapitation is not cool unless you're watching it on like a piece of fiction. Then it's awesome. Watching someone get their head like, we always, yeah, it's great in a video game. It's great in a movie. I always applaud a well executed decapitation. But in real life, no. Decapitation's bad in real life. I don't think that's a controversial statement. Decapitation's bad. Right? So, anyways, I just thought I'd bring up the anime thing, because, I mean, what do you guys think? Have you ever actually stopped and thought about the actual race of the anime characters that you're watching? Or do you just like not care, or do you think of them as white? When you see white characters, do you go, white, are these white, or are these just Japanese, or are they just characters? And it's practically irrelevant, because I just find it kind of funny that there are people out there who think that they have to figure out whether or not they're actually white or not. But the 10 kids killed another 10 peoples. Okay, really now, Payne, you're just adding all kinds of weird context to this thing. Okay, so like, if the kids are evil, then they should die. Okay, if the kids are evil, they should die. If the kids are not evil, I will die. This is the thing. I mean, those kids killed 10 people, then they're jackasses. So, anyways, hello, Skinny Gamer. It's going all right. Having a some weird conversations with my subscribers. Um, and Grant Matsuda makes a good point about what I was talking about. It's an art style, and it's all up to the artist. And the artist actually does determine the nationality. If I drew a picture of someone and then put Zimbabweanese, I don't even know if that's the proper way. Was that Zimbabwean? I don't know. Anyways, if I said that, then that's what the character is, regardless of whether it looks like one or not. As a person from Zimbabwe or someone from another place, it's not. But the fact that people can project whatever they want onto that character and relate to it in many different ways, that's also a cool thing to have. So yeah, but yeah, it's all up to the artist, and it's all up to who makes it, what's the story says, and if the story says they're Japanese, then they're Japanese. You know, I don't see what the problem is. I don't see why there's been like 5 or 6 videos that I've seen online and stories talking about, you know, what's going on. So I just wanted to get your opinion on this stuff because I think it's kind of ridiculous. But Jim the Thug asks, would you rather have sex with a girl that has so much tits that she can use to walk on and has no arms or legs, and she has no stubs, just blisters, or a woman who has a mosquito mouth? Jim, I don't want to live in your world. I don't want to live in your world. We've got like maggot chicks and ugly people with superpowers trying to rape you, and freaking spiral women and mosquito mouth chicks. Jim, that's mosquito mouth girl, because I'm assuming that she has a normal body, and I think I can deal with the mouth stinger part, whatever. But no, not the woman who's just basically tits and blisters. That's just horrible. That is just a horrible thought. Anyways, but going to what Grant Matsuda said about, you know, most drawn to be pleasing to the eyes, and yeah, and that's why they kind of have the larger eyes, because they look more cutesy and more friendly than narrower eyes. Narrow eyes are usually what the villains have, because they look more sinister. They look more like they're scowling in that situation. And as for skin tones, like I've said before, you know, Asian people, you know, especially the non-Southern Asian people, tend to have fairer skin. So having, you know, that kind of complexion on the characters isn't anything unusual for them. But I think, you know, maybe the thing that they're trying to say is that in these articles and whatnot is that anime is racist, and that they're glorifying whiteness and white beauty. And I don't think that's the case at all. But yeah, ever watched a hentai called Sex Taxi? I know about it. It's about a guy who basically like videotapes the backseat of the cab and then blackmails the people into having sex with them or something like that. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen descriptions. I've heard of it. I have not actually watched it yet. I might have to though. But yeah, it's interesting. Would you get married to a girl who has big boobs and is very good looking, but is unable to walk, and she is poor, so nobody wants her? If I loved her, yes. I would marry someone that I love. Yeah. Do I love her? I don't know. I'd have to get to know her. But I mean, like, you know, if I got a girl and you know, she couldn't walk, but you know, she's great conversation. We like a lot of the same things. We hit it off with each other. We enjoy each other's company. and everything feels magical and amazing and wonderful, and I just can't imagine myself being without her on a daily basis, then yeah, I would definitely marry her, even though she wouldn't be able to walk, and whether or not she's poor or not, yeah, I don't, that's irrelevant to me. I know it's relevant to a lot of people, but I just want to love you. I mean, and I'll, as long as I have feelings for her and want to spend the rest of my life with her, I mean, having her be in a wheelchair is not it'll be difficult for certain things, but it's not going to be it's not the end. But yeah, it's pick your poison. Girl with a vagina for a mouth and a mouth for a vagina, or a girl with a vagina. But I am not a fan of the old rim job, if you know what I mean. I try to avoid putting this into things that shit comes out of. Oh, is the poo coming out of the mouth? No, just I'm gonna be very honest. Like, if you take a picture of an asshole and you take a picture of a vagina, I prefer the aesthetics of the vagina more than I do the aesthetics of the asshole. I guess that proves I'm straight. A second thing is, I've seen enough weird drawings of vagina-faced people to be like, I can get over it, I guess. But just imagine this pucker of a mouth, this sphincter. And you're just like, oh my god, that's horrible. You guys, this video is completely banned on YouTube now. Oh my god. Oh gee, that's just the freaking nightmare world you guys live in. I mean, no poop is not coming from the mouth. But still, it's like first of all, it is like, I mean, I could kiss a vagina. I can't, you can't kiss a sphincter. I mean, you can't, but I can't, I mean, I guess the thing is, like, when she's sexually aroused, does vagina face just leak all over herself? Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. Oh, but that is a concern. Does she have to constantly have a bib or something? Would you rather live in a Fallout universe or a man-eating plants have taken over the world? Oh god, Fallout universe, because there is some semblance of society, and just man-eating plants taking over the world probably ends with everyone dying to man-eating plants for the most part. With the Fallout thing, if I'm part of a relatively non-insane Fallout shelter, then I think you can live a rather innocuous, boring, average life. But of course, if you end up with a whole bunch of Garys, yeah, or psychotropic drugs through the air vents and all kinds of other weird things. But no, man, I mean, no, I would oh man, I would definitely just go with the Fallout world. I think I like my chances better in the Fallout world. I mean, there's society in Fallout world. They have like economies and civilizations and cities and things like that. While, man-eating plants taking over the world sounds like there aren't really that type of thing going on. So, and you're under constant plant monster lookout. I mean, night shift nurses is pretty fucked up. I mean, night shift nurses, like, I mean, there's screwed up, and then there's like in your head screwed up. And Kiss X Sis, oh my god, don't talk about Kiss X Sis. It's not even hentai. It's not even hentai. It's hentai for 12-year-olds. It is. It's like there's no nudity. There's no actual sex going on. It's like softcore nothingness. But Aki Sora, that's just messed up for all kinds of reasons. But yeah. Dude, I'd get the Chinese stealth armor though, Grant Matsuda. I'd get the Chinese stealth armor. It's better to be invisible than to be, able to take a lot of damage. I don't know. Aki Soki title wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. It's Sora. It's Aki Sora. Yeah. I do enjoy Aki Sora though, because it is damn hot, even though it is messed up. But yeah, I mean it's definitely hot for a non-full blown hentai because there's no penetration. So if you're looking for a hot softcore where there are no genitalia, but yet still plenty of yogurt to be slung around on faces and things, then yeah, Aki Sora is a good one. That's one that you might get away with if someone else walks in on you watching it. It's like, no, it's not. It's softcore. It's not full blown hentai. This is like legitimate regular stuff. I did not read all of the manga. I've read some of it just because I heard about like certain chapters, and I had to read it to believe it. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, what is that? What are they gonna put that onto moving pictures, right? Never. But yeah, I just I'm gonna try to move on my show right now, as we've gone really sexual all of a sudden, man. YouTube is just gonna love this video. YouTube is just gonna love it. So next thing the next topic is Sony keeps fucking up. Sony just cannot seem to keep themselves out of the mess up news, and I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a moment. But so Sony had their social media accounts, their Twitter and Facebook accounts, hacked by the same group. They took them over, which is a very embarrassing thing for Sony, who just coming off of their systems, the PS4 and the PlayStation Vita, being hacked and jailbroken, and this embarrassment just shows how bad their security. And apparently the people who did this also claim that they got access to the PSN network and all of the people's all the usernames and passwords and things like that, and personal information, which is also a big friggin' ridiculous situation. Now they can't verify that they haven't verified that they actually did that. We have to take the word of the people who hacked the accounts right now. But if it's true that the latter half happened, then it is really a gigantic problem for Sony and anyone who's on PSN. Anyone on PSN, if you haven't switched to two-step verification, you might want to. And watch your credit card statements just to be safe. But man, Sony, they're having security problems all over the place. And to make matters worse, the developers for Ark Survival, the video game that is coming out soon, or I think maybe it came out today. I don't know. Anyways, it was in game preview for a while on Xbox One and PS4, and Steam, and now it's getting its official release. It was sometime this month. I don't know if it's released yet or not. But they someone asked them about cross-platform play, and the developers said that they got it working internally, that they can play between Xbox One, PS4, and Steam PC users. However, Sony doesn't allow them to do it. And this is yet another piece of evidence about Sony just not wanting to be a good consumer company. Besides having all these horrible security problems with their movies, their video game service, and their social network services or accounts, but also the fact that they can't even like do something that helps their consumers. So, for instance, if you're playing like a multiplayer game, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, if there was cross-platform play, what it would mean is it would mean less wait times to find lobbies, a larger player base, so that the different games in the playlist will have more people in there, which will mean it'll be easier to get lobbies. If you get a lobby you don't like and you leave, you can come back and not get put in the same freaking lobby that you just left. I mean, it would be a great pro-consumer choice, and it would show to their customers that, hey, you know, we want what's best for you, and what's best for you is to have a wider, broader range of people playing your games so that you have a better time of getting into games, less waiting for games, less waiting for matches and lobbies, and it would just be a great thing. But no, Sony wants it to be, well, you know, if you want to play with people on the PSN, you better just buy a PlayStation. And that's the thing is, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who are just going to go and like, well, I want to play these people on PSN, so I'm going to buy a PlayStation. That's not necessarily going to happen. And I realize that they are hoping that they force people into just buying PlayStation 4s, but yeah, it just goes to show that Sony is just going to try to do its best to have a bad week every week, and yeah, it's just horrible. What step do I take to protect your PS4? Grant, no, all you have to do is you have to protect your PSN network ID, and you need to do that by setting up two-step verification. I don't know exactly how to do it on a PS4 because I don't have a PS4, but you can. So instead, like, so if for things to happen on your account, to like change your password and things like that, all you would need to do with two-step verification is if you know your password, and then they're going to ask for like your cell phone number, and so they can send you a text with a verification code to your cell phone number so that you can type in that verification code. So that way, like if you go to buy something on the PSN, they'll be like, is this you actually buying this? And they'll send you a text to your phone, and you're like, oh yeah, you put in the verification code, and then so I don't know, it's probably under like some settings, but I mean your PlayStation 4 itself shouldn't be vulnerable, but God knows the way Sony's been, who knows. But just and the thing is, there's no confirmation that they actually hacked the PSN database. They just said they did, just so to be safe, because there is a possibility if that's what they did, they hacked the PSN database and your information's there. You want to be sure that you can protect your account, because everything that you've purchased, and your PlayStation Plus membership is tied to that account. And if someone has that information and then basically steals your account, that's a bad situation. So if you set up the two-step verification, they would have to literally know your name and password and have your phone to steal your account, or have one of your emails. It's usually better with your phone because it's harder for a hacker to steal your phone, because that means they would literally have to come into personal contact with your phone. So having your second step of verification be your email is not quite as secure as having it be on your phone. But anyways, so okay, now I'm gonna get to Payne's question. Would you rather kill a person who masturbates by watching 12-year-old anime girls, or someone who likes to rape 5-year-old girls? So yes, we are killing the people who actually rape people. Yeah. That's not even like close. There's not even like any thought to that. If you are raping a human being, you are going to die in that situation. Someone whacking off to a picture, a drawing, because let's just say, like, arbitrarily, because like when they talk about like age in anime, so arbitrarily this chick here looks kind of hot. If I just said, oh, she's 10, what happened? Because I just arbitrarily put a number on this drawing here. Okay? I just put a number on the drawing. It has like nothing to do with the drawing. It has nothing to do with what the drawing looks and represents. I just put now let's say 1,000. I put the number 1,000 on this drawing. It's a 1,000-year-old person. Has it changed anything? No, it changed nothing. You know why? Because this thing is not real. And you can. So for instance, here's a thing. So I don't know if anyone's aware of who Poison is. Poison from was it Final Fight? Poison from Final Fight later got into Street Fighter. So Poison, theoretically, supposedly, whatever, officially, I don't know, is like got man parts in the lower, whatever, the extremities. Okay, she's hot, busty chick on the top, sweaty, nasty, sticking berries on the bottom. Now there is pictures, drawn pictures of her with a vagina. Okay? It's a drawing. Whatever you like with this one. Who knows what's going on under the clothing? It could be anything, but it's a drawing. So who cares? Whatever. So yeah, I can't even like equate like drawing, especially like when you have like what was it like what was that show? Are You a Zombie? Kore wa Zombie desu ka? There's like that girl who's drawn as she's like a 10-year-old, but she's 100,000-year-old drunken witch. In drawings, number is a number. I guess it really depends on what they look like, but still, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, the person who's actually doing something to real people, that's the person who dies. Okay. So going on to Jim the Thug, would you rather be in a gang or be under control by a Wendigo? I choose gang. I choose gang. I would choose gang, just like, yeah, Skinny Gamer, yeah, gang. I notice you, Payne. I notice you. Senpai has noticed you. Oh, she's hot and I don't care. You see, there you go. The Futanari. She's a man, baby. Well, see, but the thing is, because she is a fictional character and is a drawing, it doesn't matter. Because I can imagine Poison as a woman all I want. I have all kinds of, like, do an image search of Poison as a woman and just have all kinds of vagina thrown at me and enjoy Poison and completely ignore Completely ignore any canon, any official word that would say otherwise, because you know what? She's fake. And because she's fake, she can be anything I want. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's the beauty of anime, isn't it? Because in the end, everything going on in anime for the most part is all absolutely horrifying, and if was happening in real life would just be the worst stuff in the history of humanity. But because it's all fake, it's all good. Anyway, so would you die like someone breaks every single bone and peels your skin off, or you die in a meat grinder and die like a meat piece? Yeah, I think meat grinder. Because there is a point where the shock just kills you, and there's also a point where your nerves no longer are sending anything pain wise. But breaking every single bone of your body and having them peel your skin off definitely sounds like a very time intensive situation, as well as a very painful situation. I would love to vote for neither. But yeah, so look. And that's the thing, like Grant Matsuda says, Futa, and like I've explained this, that there is a spectrum of Futa where it gets to like just completely gay to the base where it's not really, and but because it's fake, once again, because it's not real, you can kind of like give yourself a little bit of that good old cognitive dissonance. But man, in real life, someone pulls down their pants and there's Captain Hook staring you in the face. No, thank you. Nope. 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 So, there we go. So, moving on. So, the next topic is, and this is just great. This is just wonderful. ESPN. Oh my God. ESPN, the leader in sports. So I don't know if you heard about this, but so ESPN is going to do a college game in Virginia, and this Asian host, this guy is Asian, all right. He's going to be one of the color commentators or one of the announcers. He was scheduled to, work that game, but ESPN put him on a different game. And would you want to know why? Because this man's name, this Asian man's name, is Robert Lee. And, Robert Lee. So they were afraid that there might be, I don't know, I guess something about Robert E. Lee, the long dead Confederate general, and this, not dead, not Confederate, not general Asian guy. Might be, I don't know, some weird confusions. Well, they actually said stuff about like they were afraid that some people were gonna like make memes and make jokes and have a good laugh at this. I mean, it is kind of funny. It is kind of weird too, but it's not like controversial or anything. But they go ahead and they decide to put him on another game. And one of the things also is that they wanted to try to do it quietly so that it doesn't become a big thing. Well, of course, someone found out that this is the reason why it's happened, and it's become a big thing with all kinds of memes and jokes and laughter at the expense of everyone involved. So basically, ESPN, trying to stop something happening, caused this to happen. They actually caused all the memes, they caused all the jokes, and now they also look stupidly foolish for the same thing. I bet you that they would have just let the guy go, and 5 or 10 people or 100 people might have said something. There might have been a sign in the crowd, whatever, but it would have been a small thing, and it would have been a funny little joke and a chuckle, let's go on to the next thing, and it would have been a blip. It wouldn't even been a blip. It would have been a nothing. But instead, now it's a huge thing, and ESPN's taking a lot of flack, and they're trying to like do all this damage control, all because they were afraid that having a guy named Robert Lee in Virginia after the whole Charlottesville thing and the Robert E. Lee statues, they were so afraid of something happening that they had to remove this guy. It's so dumb. It's so ridiculous. It is so freaking stupid. And ESPN has just been like, sticking their foot in their mouth, theoretically, proverbially, for a long time. And of course, you've got the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, and people on ESPN saying that this is obviously racism, and that Colin Kaepernick needs to be employed by a team, and the NFL has to step in and force a team to employ them. Otherwise, everyone in the NFL is just a gigantic racist, bigoted league. And I will talk about that after I answer another couple questions in the chat. So, if a 7-year kid is forced to watch hentai 24/7 for 7 days, what would he be like? Well, a 7-year-old, I don't know. 7. See, I mean, like, if he was more around 12 to 13, his arm would fall off, and maybe his dick, because he would probably just be whacking 24/7, because he's going through puberty, and we all were that age, and we all knew stuff, and when we discovered how to do certain things, it became sometimes it maybe even got a little out of hand. No pun intended. But anyways, so yeah, it's but a 7-year-old, I don't know. I would think he would just be weirded out, and if he knows about sex, I mean, I don't know. That's a question that's just weird, and I'm not sure I know the answer to that. I mean, probably not much. Probably have a weird idea of. I mean, he may be traumatized. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what hentai he watches, because some of that stuff, freaking Bible Black or Otsukadoji with the violence and stuff, it might just scare him. Anyways, did you watch the live-action Death Note movie on Netflix? No, I have not watched the live-action Death Note yet. I'm going to watch it eventually. I've just been busy doing other things. I did watch The Defenders. I finally finished The Defenders. I liked it a lot. But yeah, Jim the Thug, would you rather bang a 13-year-old that grants you a wish or have no wishes? Well, Your Honor, you see, wait, do I have to bang her to get the wishes? There's the big question. I mean, I guess in the context of the question, and no, you can't wish her age. She stays that way. Okay. I read the second part. I read the second part. I read the second part. So you're basically saying that she's a genie in a 13-year-old's body, but her body stays that way for all eternity. So mentally, she could probably be 1,000 years old, right? I'm just gonna get the wishes, And Your Honor, in my defense, she's actually a 1,000-year-old genie, and to prove it, I'm going to say I wish that this court case would be dismissed, and then when the judge hits dismissed, Yeah. No, like okay, if she's granting me wish, or is it just one wish? Okay, so if I have to bang this person to get the wish, yes, I would do it. I would, because getting the wish, you know, my wish would be for 1 billion wishes, and you didn't say I can't wish for that. And and I like how Grant Masuda asks if we're in Japan, because yes, technically in Japan the age of consent is at a certain level where that would be legal, and actually in some states in the United States that age would actually be legal too. I don't know which states, but I know that there are some. In my state it's 16. But like, I guess my biggest question is, do I have to bang the chick to get the wish? That's the question. Because if I could get the wish without banging her, I would. And is she like an actual 13-year-old or just a genie that has that body? Because the thing is, if she's an actual 13-year-old, then but I mean, Grant Matsuda, Alabama. What did I hope you just looked that up and just didn't know that off the top of your head. Because if you knew that off the top of your head, I'm not gonna ask any questions anymore. But I'm just gonna be like in the back of my mind going, how do you know that off the top of your head? I'm sure you just looked it up. So I'm not even gonna ask. Don't even answer. You just looked it up. You know. And how far do we have to go? Yeah, there's a lot of questions in that thing. I mean, I guess it comes down to it. It's like one of those questions. It's like, would you have sex with this 13-year-old person for $1 million or $1 billion? You know, it's like, it's one of those things. No, it was me making a horrible. Oh, so it was just a joke. Okay. Oh man, burning Alabama right there. You just burned Alabama. I'm gonna you know what? I'm just gonna look this up. No, I mean, I don't want that on my search history though. Never mind. I'm not looking it up. Not looking it up. Wait, no, wait. I know. I can go and do it on. No, I'm just never gonna look it up. There's no reason for me to look it up. I'm not even gonna look it up. There's no reason for that to be on any search history whatsoever. But anyway, so her mind is that of that too. God, see, that's a problem right there. Because, you know, freaking teenage girls are fucking insufferable. Oh my goodness. They are horrid. I'm sorry if I'm offended. Like, no, okay. Hashtag not all, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just, rah. Oh, that might not be worth a wish. I don't know. But no, it's a tough question. If I was in a situation where I knew I was going to get a wish, because this just thing is like, you could completely, you know, you can change your life, and she has unlimited wishes, and yes, you have to have. Okay, look, okay. Okay, I'll, you know what? Because I can do so much good with unlimited wishes. First of all, you know, all my bills go away. All the financial issues with some of my family members will go away. I'll be able to take care of them for the rest of their lives. I'll be able to, you know, just, you know, I'll be able to eradicate ISIS with one of my wishes. You know, I will finally have the complete, uncut, uncensored, original, before the MPA said we're rating it X and fucking your world up, versions of Friday the 13th Part 6, Friday the 13th Part 7, and one of the couple of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I will have the ability to do that. With these wishes, I'll have the ability to have world peace and tranquility, and with these wishes, and so yes, I will do it. and I probably won't even feel bad about it. Because any negatives at this point. Wait, is it consensual? There's the question. Consensual. It's got to be consensual. Even though we're getting into that weird legal thing. In her like ability to do so, is she consenting? that's another thing, because like if like, you know, you get unlimited wishes but you have to rape someone, that becomes a problem right there. And I mean like actual, like, you know, rape, not the theoretical, can you consent, can you not consent, can you, you know, all that, because we're getting in such a weird quagmire of stuff, because you're attaching, you know, this potential, you know, the world is great, or I become the new ruler of the universe. I mean, I've got like infinite wishes, so I mean, I'm not worried about the law at that point. It's just like the morality of it. But then the thing is, like, it's one of those questions, like, you know, I can basically end suffering, and all I have to do is put aside some of my morals a little bit and have sex with this chick. Yes, I would do it. I would do it. I would do it. I would definitely do it. It sucks at the time, but it would be. I'd wish that I forgot about the situation or something. I mean, I would wish, like, I don't. I mean, I guess I just. I mean, I don't. I guess I would. I mean, it's just too tempting to pass up infinite wishes. I'm sorry. No, I'm saying I'd do it. Fuck it. Yeah. You assume that you would get caught. You get a wish. You didn't specify whether you'd get in trouble or not. But the thing is, he said unlimited wishes, so you can just wish that case dismissed, or they lost all the evidence or something like that. No, I'm saying I don't want to see you on daytime Emmy. But what if I want to win? I can wish I can win a daytime Emmy. I don't know what I say. No, you are in the USA, and no, you can't wish the stigma away. She won't let you. She's kind of a dick. Yes, she consent to the sex. No, you can't forget she won't let you. Can I wish that that me be okay with it? How about that? It's like, can I wish that I'm okay with what I'm doing? So I can look in the mirror and not go, not be ashamed. I don't know. I mean, I could probably live with the shame if I've got, you know, and the thing is, like, you know, I've created world peace. My family's completely taken care of now. I have no wants, and everyone who sees me looks at me funny. I guess. I mean, I guess I'd put up with that. I guess there. I mean, and I mean, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's just too tempting of an offer, you know. Infinite wishes, make your dreams come true, avoid any kind of problems with your super wish powers. Yeah, I mean, that's too enticing to pass up. It's too enticing to pass up, and plus the fact that it's consensual. If it was like rape, I'd be like, no, I can't just rape someone. I don't know if there's any way I could justify that in my mind. No, then she can control you, and that's not good. You can wish to like it. You can't wish to like it. Okay. I can't wish to like it. Okay, well, you know, whatever. I mean, I think I could live with myself there. Would you kill your homie's best friends for $1 million? No. No. There are very few people I would kill for $1 million. Very few. And those people would be like terrorists, murderers, psycho, Nazi, jackass, scumbags. Those people I might be able to do, but no, it just can't. Like my best, no, 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 never. I would never be able to live. I wouldn't be able to live with myself for just $1 million or whatever. That would no, no. I mean, yeah, obviously the 13-year-old genie seems to have no problem with with a guy banging her, but. So I mean, I guess I'm technically not hurting anyone at that situation. But yeah, killing someone, man, no. I mean, like I said, it'd have to be like a jerk that I can like also justify. It's like, hey, I killed the leader of ISIS, and they gave me $1 million. The FBI goes, yeah, okay, we're not going to prosecute that one. The Department of Justice is going to go, yeah, you know what? Good call. Good call. We're going to allow you to, we're not going to press charges. We're not going to, try you for open murder for killing the leader of ISIS for $1 million. Yeah, $1 million is a lot of money, though. I mean, $1 million is life-changing money, especially if you know what to do with it. You've got to invest it and stuff like that. And you can live well just by getting $1 million, especially if it's under the table tax-free. Wink, wink, ha. Anyways, so yeah, but no, I'm not killing my friends or anything like that. Offline. Uh-oh, what? My stream done? My stream offline? Well, let me check. No, it says it's still up. I don't know what offline means. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. Did something happen? Is something wrong? I don't know. He just says offline. Never mind. Okay, I was just like, I mean, it like my internet's not the best, so I mean, it could have just completely dropped for a moment there. That would totally not surprise me. But so I'm gonna move on to so the ESPN Stupidity and the whole a little hiccup in the stream. I think it's happened. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. here. Whoa, 4 a.m. Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I am. Of course. Well, I mean, yes. Oh. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just aim about. Yeah, give me about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I didn't realize it was a. Okay. All right. Yeah. Bye. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. They actually expected the stream to only last for about an hour. They don't know me enough, I guess, because it seems to always explode into like two hours or something. But I'm gonna have to stop the. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing huge. I do have to do something. So I only got about 20 minutes left for the stream. So, but So yeah, we're gonna have to kind of wrap it up. I know it's sad. It's sad, but I do have a life outside of YouTube, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, sadly. But nothing bad. It's like I'm just gonna go do something with somebody. Anyways, yeah. So I do want to finish up by talking about this last point, and this is related to that ESPN Stupidity and the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. There has been protests outside the NFL office demanding that the NFL force a team to hire Colin Kaepernick. All the best. I've got to go now. Battery is dying on my iPhone. Well, yeah. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good week, Skinny Gamer. And it was nice having you here for the conversation. It was really good. Jim, okay, bye. See you next Friday. Yeah, I'll see you next Friday, barring any problems. I know it's sad, but But Payne, I mean, it's 4 a.m. man. I think it's bedtime. It would be bedtime for me. I don't know. I don't stay up that late anymore, at least not on purpose. Um, but just to finish this up, because I think this is really important, a distinction when it comes to this thing. So Colin Kaepernick, he protested by kneeling during the playing of the Star Spangled Banner during football games, and it seems like that action is being punished by him not getting a job. And it's funny that the same people who are supporting him, who are trying to force the NFL to force a team to give him a job, are the same people who would love to get anyone fired for saying something stupid on Twitter, or saying something stupid on YouTube, or just saying something stupid, period. I mean, it's the same people who got, what was it, Hank Williams Jr. or Sr. or whoever did the Monday Night Football theme song. He said some things about Obama, and he got fired. And ironically, he's back now. But he got fired, and people were screaming, yes, he needs to get fired. How dare he say things that was offensive? And the thing is, like, the same people who say that people should get fired for saying offensive things. Colin Kaepernick did an offensive thing, basically. I mean, he kind of it's hentai time. Okay, but did an offensive thing because he showed disrespect to the nation and our military, because the whole point of doing the national anthem at the beginning is to pay tribute to our country and the people who fought for our country and the opportunity that this country has provided us, the opportunity, the relative safety, the relative wealth that this country has provided us, and him taking a knee in protest of something that is a small thing in the grand scheme of the nation. You know, police brutality, the way the police treat black people, the idea that police were targeting black people for murder is, you know, in proportion a small part of like this entire country. And to take a knee during the Star Spangled Banner is a slap in the face to a lot of people who want to honor the country by, you know, standing and, you know, putting their hand over their heart or taking their hat off and stuff like that. So to them, that was offensive speech, and therefore him getting fired is the same way as someone getting fired, like what's his name? The pitcher from Boston Red Sox was in the Arizona Cardinals too. Now I can't remember his name. He was a big World of Warcraft guy. God, now I can't remember his name. He said some things and he got fired from ESPN. How is that any different? And in my opinion, I think it's bullshit. I don't think anyone should get fired for anything they say outside of their job. Like if you're during your job, if you're doing your job and during your job you say something stupid and is detrimental to the company, then okay, you know what? Then I can understand. But if you're just on your own private time, not as part of the company, and you say something, and you shouldn't get fired for that. I think that's bullshit. So what makes this Colin Kaepernick situation different? Because I think Colin Kaepernick has every right to do his protests, whatever. You know, he can take a stand, and I have every right to call him an idiot and stupid for doing it, and also the fact that, you know, he didn't save anyone. He hasn't helped anyone. All he was trying to do was point to him and go, look at me, look at me, look how good I am. I'm such a great person. Because, look, I am trying to make a statement and taking a stand. All that stuff aside, he did not protest on his own time. He did not protest as a private individual citizen on his own. He was in uniform, he was at a game, the job site, and he was at work. He was at work. He was a representative of the NFL and the San Francisco 49ers at the time. He was an employee at work taking time off of work, not his own time, but taking time to make a political statement, to make a protest on the job. And that is the distinction. He was on the job. It's fine. Like, and the thing is, what it all boils down to is if Colin Kaepernick could throw the football decently, he would be having a job right now. But he can't. He's sucked for like the last several years, like the last 2 to 3 years. I think he's just been not that great. He lost his starting job, and he opted out of his contract because he thought he could get a better deal. And guess what? He's not getting a better deal. He's not getting any deal because you're not good enough, and you have all this baggage with you too. So not good plus baggage, problem. Because there's still a bunch of NFL players taking knees during the national anthem, and they still have jobs. And you know why that is? It's because they can play the game. Colin, get good. Look, Tebow doesn't have a job. And Tebow led his team to a playoff victory. Okay? So, and he was gone like the next year. So this isn't even like happening to you after your post Super Bowl. No, this has happened after you decided not to be able to complete forward passes and get, hit by or fall down after like the wind blows on you poorly. So yeah, Colin Kaepernick, you need to get good. You need to get good. That's all you need to do. Do some workouts, practice in the off season, go get some quarterback coaching, and try to become an actual decent quarterback, and maybe you'll get a job. Maybe someone will overlook your past mistakes and the baggage. But right now, you're just not good enough to be an NFL quarterback. You're not good enough for people to take a chance on you. And that's why Miami didn't. That's why Baltimore didn't. That's why no one's going to. And it's not because you're black, because you're sort of half black anyways. You're white-black mix. So it's not like it's because they're like, oh my God, it's a black guy. No, because it's the NFL. 60-70% of the players are black. So guess what? No, you can't throw race into it. Oh, it's because I took a stand. No, it's not because you took a stand. It's because you did something stupid. You can't throw a football, and you threw away your chance to have money. If you didn't opt out of your contract and stayed a third string quarterback and worked on your game and then allowed another year or so of no controversy, then maybe someone might have picked you up as a backup, maybe. But you've done it to yourself. And once again, like I said, you're protesting on the job. You're taking your company's time as a representative of your company. You're wearing their fucking uniform. Okay? You're no longer doing it as just a private citizen at that point. You're doing it as a representative of the organization, of the company, and you're doing it while you're at work. This isn't a post-game press conference. This isn't you tweeting something, after the game. It's not you in an interview, during the off times during the week. No, this was really you were at a fucking game. So get over it, Colin. Get over it. I am done. I am done. You know what? Get good as a quarterback, and then you can have a job. I mean, look. It's just that simple. Anyways, I'm Zankoku Tenshi, and it's time for me to leave. Oh my God, someone just showed up. Nexocrafter. Hi. Welcome to the stream. However, I am going to have to end it because I have to do something in about 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. About 5 minutes I've got to end. I was just finishing up everything that I was talking about. So I'm sorry. You missed the fun. But follow me on Twitter. The link is on my YouTube channel. I might end up just having to put it in the description of my videos all the time. Maybe. I don't know. There you can get updates Every day that I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna tweet out, say, hey, I'm streaming at this time, and you can check me out. You can watch it. Grant Matsuda, you never left. Well, you knew I had 20 minutes, so you knew there was some wasted time left there to go. But now I do have to say goodbye. So, but sad, I know. But yeah, there's always stuff I gotta be doing, right? But I'd like to thank everyone who was in the chat today. Everyone, Grant Matsuda, awesome. Nexo Crafter, Payne, Jim the Thug, Skinny Gamer, Silas Fear was on the stream at the beginning. Okay, in Munich it's 11:48 p.m., but I'll do it. Oh, well, I mean 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was Eastern, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Usually it's every Friday at 4. I've been thinking about doing 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Americas. However, I have been thinking about maybe like trying to figure out if I can do like a night stream over here. But it just like because of my work schedule, I have to work mornings most of the time, so I don't want to always be up like really late. But it's really cool, having the international audience also here. Payne, wherever Payne lives, it's 4 a.m. So he's like on the other side of the. He's like somewhere I think in like Asia. If it's 4 a.m. there, yeah, it's got to be somewhere way over there. But I will see you guys later. Thank you everyone for coming by, stopping by, chatting. Very good, very awesome conversations out there. Some awkward conversations too, but it was great. It was great fun, and I will see you next time. Stay sexy, internet, and I will see you later. Yeah.